Thanks for that.
Great, yeah, thank you.
Take care, good day. Yeah, take care.
Hey dudes, how's it going? Good morning, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be vlogging. I've just received a nice delivery, a lovely new sideboard for all of my art supplies and to put my new TV on, which we'll see later. So we're going to build it, we might pop to the shops and get some little storage boxes to go inside and we'll see where the day takes us. So this is the space we've got, this is where the sideboard is going to go. But before I start building, I need to deal with, oh my gosh, the paint looks so patchy on camera. Oh my goodness. Okay, it does not look that bad in real life, believe me. But these bits, back when the walls were grey, I used to have fairy lights up. And when I was painting, I didn't want to have to take off the command strips, them to lose their adhesive and then just to use new ones because that felt like a waste. But since I've taken them down and after I painted it white, you've just got these little strips of grey left. So we're finally going to paint those up today. This is not the same white that was used on the walls, but just for patching this tiny bit, I think we'll be okay. So it's quite apparent they are going to need a few coats. Oh my gosh, I keep walking past this bit of my duvet cover. Last night I was getting ready for bed and I thought I'm going to crack the window open just to get some nice cool air in here. And on the way back I shut my duvet in the window. So now we have this. Right, let's see what we've got here. I'm trying to open the box so carefully because my mum's moving house, so I know she'll appreciate if I give her this. Hello? That was weird. Oh no! Look, I don't know what piece this is from, but this is stuck in the cardboard instead of in... Oh my goodness. Where are the instructions? Where are the instructions? Over there. Just put all this back. Woohoo, let's get started. When I was choosing the sideboard, I was trying to think really carefully about what kind of furniture am I going to want in 5-10 years time. Like I don't want to buy something that I think will only suit me for now because it's an investment piece. It's not the cheapest thing to buy. And it's something that I hope is going to be useful for a long time. So I was really thinking ahead into the future. And there's definitely a time to be thinking ahead into the future. But also in the Bible, God tells us a lot about not thinking too far ahead and not worrying about tomorrow. And I'm seeing a lot of things online from a lot of Christian accounts that I follow talking about how we have a purpose in this place here and now and that your mission is where your feet are. And I know that a lot of us are feeling depressed, are feeling like we've got really low self-esteem at the moment, like what is our purpose? And it's really easy for us to constantly be looking ahead and wanting something else for later in life that God doesn't have for us quite yet. And it's not a bad thing to have those desires. A lot of the time those will be desires that God has given us, but those things that are to come later don't take away from the value of your purpose right now. There are still people in our lives very close to us that we can be witnessing to and sharing the love of God with. There's still time we can be using now to invest in our own relationship with God. In the Bible, obviously, there are so many amazing stories about the disciples going out and doing stuff and doing these miracles and healing people and teaching people and following Jesus. But also there was a lot of time in between that where they're just travelling or camping or having meals together, and those times are still really valuable and important. God can still use those smaller things in your life to actually maybe be huge, massive things that we just can't fathom at the time. So I think with our self-esteem, we do have to be aware of where that's coming from and what in our life is taking away from that, because our self-esteem is not something God takes away from us unless our self-esteem is so high that it's causing negative qualities in us. And also when we just generally in ourselves feel distant from God, I think that can really affect our self-esteem too. There's definitely worldly things like people and how things are going at school, how successful we feel, other people's opinions of us, those kind of things can really affect our self-esteem. But also there's a danger that we can fall into the trap of thinking that God feels badly about us and what we're doing. And that is just Satan's winning trick, isn't it? You know, sometimes we can feel like, oh, I don't know what God would say about this. I don't know how God feels about me. Sometimes a helpful way to look at it is the opposite way. We might be thinking, I'm feeling really distant from God and I don't know if he's really that bothered about me. I don't know if he really loves me. If you're asking those questions, try to flip it to, what would Satan's, the devil's, the enemy's opinion be of this? Would he be feeling really happy to know that I'm feeling so separated and distant from God? And if the answer is yes, it's probably something that we need to get fixed. Well, if the devil is happy about this, God is probably not. God probably does want me to feel connected with him. God probably does want me to know that I'm loved by him. God created us a certain way, with certain gifts and talents, and he didn't give us everything. And as much as I would get a lot of enjoyment out of those things changing, and I would get a big self-esteem boost when I'm singing in church, if I actually could sing well and sound pleasant, it doesn't take away from my value that I'm not good at that. He's not thinking, how nice does she sound? That's going to affect how much I enjoy this. It's about where my heart is coming from, and God is just delighting in the fact that I'm singing to him and I'm singing his praises and connecting with him in that way. And that'll be the same with you. God's given you some things that you're really gifted at and some things that you're not so gifted at. And that's okay. That doesn't mean you're any less brilliant and he loves you any less than he does. What the heck? Oh. I should have 1 centimetre spare. Oh, look at that fit. Now, before I can go to the range and look for some storage boxes, I need to know what I actually want to store in the cabinet. So we have to declutter this. Canvas, 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 canvas. If anyone else sat there is arty, have you just got loads of like remnants canvases and art things from all of those times where you were feeling really wacky and you just did like pour paint stuff, and actually the reality is it just looks terrible. This was once my high school leavers hoodie, which I turned into rags. That's going. It's disgusting. This was once a bathroom towel. It is absolutely disgusting, but I do use it all the time. Oh, maybe I'll just buy myself a new towel at the range. It is crispy. This is my collection of paint samples, which have been actually really handy. I used to just buy a load of pre-mixed shades of stuff for any painting really. But when these paints go off, I can't tell you how bad they smell, and I've just had them all for so long. They start to smell like Play-Doh, and then they just like smell like old bins. Oh, yo, no, frick. Ugh. This is an actual dinner plate. Why do I think I need to keep this brush? Literally, why? Why do I keep these? So we've got canvases and an old towel, paints, that is all going in the bin, brushes, smaller paints, stationery bits. These are magic cards. If you play Magic the Gathering, I alter them, and other art supplies. So I'd say that was semi-successful. I got 3 of these sets of 3 baskets. It's got a big one and 2 little ones inside. Did I check the dimensions that I had pre-written on my hand? No. Are they too big? Yes. Will I make it work? I'll have to. I also grabbed myself a canvas because there's just going to be this big negative space above the cabinet. I've just been playing around with the boxes, and although they definitely won't fit coming straight out like that, they do actually stack really well. What is going on with this? Oh my goodness. So I just went out to the shed to pick up the 2 TV options that we've got. And then I found another whole box of paints and stuff that I haven't accounted for. So really hoping I can get that to fit in. So as I said before, my mum is moving house. And so we've got 2 very old TV screens that I can choose from. This is the first one. So this one is good because it's got a stand and it is slightly, well, yeah, it is quite scratched, but I have tested it and the scratches aren't too noticeable when you're watching something. This is the second option, which looks much smaller because there's no stand on it, but actually the screen is not too much smaller, and there's no scratches. Okay, we're going for the scratched one just because it looks less weird. So here is the final result. I'm so happy with the inside of these cupboards. It's just so organised and refreshing to look at. Those boxes actually worked really well, so I'm really happy. I'm not fully happy with the painting. Like, I think it's just a bit too colourful for the rest of my space. But at this point, I'm just happy to accept it and call it a day. And when I next have some painting energy, I'll try something a bit different and see if that works, and that's fine. So thank you for hanging out with me today. Hope you've had fun, and let me know if you like the kind of vloggy style of this video, because I can definitely do more in the future. But before you go, don't forget to like this video if you liked it, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!